In today's news, medical marijuana to be legalized.
Unite BVI offers helping hand to BFEC.
Ministry of Health warns public of gastro outbreak.
Mass derelict cleanup campaign begins.
Italy decrees child car seat alarms to clamp down on car debts.
And Massachusetts man facing charges as his 5-year-old son took heroin to school. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages. Welcome, everyone. It is Monday, November 18th, 2019. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Kyla Kenesha Forbes.
Kyla, we had quite an eventful weekend. I think people were really, I think they really enjoyed the events over the weekend.
Yeah, lots of things to do.
The Sparrow Show, there was Dexter Daps with Money, our very own Money, of course, doing very well. And I think there was another event as well in Virgin Gorda.
Yes.
So I know definitely last weekend persons could not have complained about a lack of activities, if, of course, that's what they're into.
Right.
But we have to move right along. It's a brand new week and we have your news. Topping our newscast today, medical officials from across the BVI have reported an increase in gastroenteritis, of course also known as gastro, and as a result, officials from the Ministry of Health are now calling on the general public to pay attention to the signs. Now, for those who do not know, gastro is an inflammation of the intestines that causes diarrhea, abdominal cramps, nausea, loss of appetite, and other symptoms of digestive upset, though typically caused by bacteria, which is contracted through contaminated food or drinks. Persons can also become sick via viral infections. This one specifically can become a major problem, especially if the patient is in a confined space, for example, a school or prisons, because it spreads easily. Now, for this reason, you should be very vigilant and look for the signs. The symptoms, again, includes mild diarrhea, fewer than 10 watery stools daily, abdominal pain and cramps, low-grade fever below 101 degrees, headache, nausea, and sometimes vomiting. In some cases, bloody diarrhea. Now, our newsroom caught up with Mr. Lionel Michael, who spoke to the preventative measures. Listening.
Whole prevention of gastroenteritis in the territory, it is important that people always wash hands. Wash their hands meticulously with soap and running water, especially after using the bathroom, especially when they become soiled, because it has been shown that hand washing and proper hand washing would prevent gastroenteritis and other intestinal diseases. People have to use safe water. Water from their cisterns and tanks must be safe. It can be made safe by using household bleach, by using tablets, chlorine tablets, by using ultraviolet disinfection, and by boiling. People must use safe food and practice safe food handling in the home, at the workplace, and in the food business. Food should be hot when it is purchased and when it is served. Hot at a temperature at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Food should be cold. If the food is cold, it should be cold at 41 degrees Fahrenheit and below, so as to prevent microorganisms going in the food. Clean up waste material. Get rid of waste materials properly. Store food properly. And those measures will prevent gastroenteritis. or control it to the extent that people would not be affected.
Quite a detailed breakdown there from Mr. Michael, and of course how you can prevent gastro. Now, residents are urged to watch for the signs also of dehydration, such as dry skin and dry mouth, and also feeling lightheaded and becoming really thirsty. Now, if you suspect that you might have gastro, you are encouraged to stay at home from work and keep 6 children home away from school or child care for at least 48 hours after the last symptom of gastro. For more information or to alert the ministry of possible cases, please contact the ministry directly at 468-2274.
Hey. Unite BVI continues to lend helping hand to the Virgin Gorda community. On Friday, the 15th of November 2019, our newsroom actually witnessed Unite BVI and volunteers from Virgin Atlantic Airways as they work industriously on various projects around the Brigado Flax Educational Center school compound. Each group of volunteers focused on different projects. At the school, they assembled 11 picnic tables, replaced the students' access ramp to the library. They helped to enrich the school's garden, helped the faculty and the staff with filing projects and other administration work, and they cleared debris to clean up the school grounds. Some of the volunteers also donated school supplies to students, and they also did some projects at the North Sound basketball court and the Virgin Gorda Recovery Operations Center. Representatives from Unite BVI said supporting the country in its long road to recovery after the devastating hurricanes in 2017 is at the forefront of every philanthropic investment decision we have made. Our investment strategy for 2019 and 2020 has been formulated to support and work with local partners, including the BVI government and other NPOs and local community groups across the territory in order to mitigate and prioritize areas of need and existing gaps in resources to help the BVI rebuild and recover. There's a long road ahead, but Unite BVI remains steadfast. The foundation has been working to support the Brigado Flax Educational Center in a variety of ways over the last 4 years. The team of volunteers from Virgin Atlantic, Javon, they were actually workers of the company, and they were here on vacation, and they actually just lend one day. They volunteer one day to the school. So I think that was pretty cool and really great of them to do that.
I agree with you, and I think this is another great opportunity for public-private partnership. We always look to the government to get certain things done, and while yes, they have a very defined role to play, I think we as members of the community who can lend a helping hand, I think we all have a role to play as well. And I'm especially happy when we direct these efforts towards our schools, our children, because for a very long time, I should say ever since 2017, they were forced to work in a compromised environment, learning environment. So this is a great look.
Agreed. We want to thank Unite BVI for all their continued help in the community.
Definitely. Still ahead, medical marijuana is finally set to become an item locally, and a mass derelict removal campaign begins. Stick around for more 284 News.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Welcome back, viewers. You are watching 284 News. Now, following the speech from the throne laid out at the last House of Assembly, a draft bill to legalize adult use marijuana, which was initially being considered, is now on its way to legislation in the British Virgin Islands. The Honorable Natalia Wheatley, who is spearheading this initiative, is positive that it will be of significant benefit to the economy of the BVI. Listen in.
I am very excited about moving forward on legislation to legalize medical marijuana. It's an area that can provide us with jobs, can provide us with revenue for the government, and it can provide business opportunities in addition to providing medicine for persons who suffer from many ailments. I think it's about time we move forward with it. I think more and more persons are realizing the benefits of it, and I'm very much excited that we are going to take this to the people and get their feedback on the proposed legislation.
Kyla, can you sense the enthusiasm from Dr. Whitley? I know currently individuals are imprisoned for the possession of marijuana, even in small quantities. Those who have advocated for change in legislation, including Honorable Natalia Wheatley, would like to ensure that individuals are no longer sent to prison for such activity. Also, like the minister, many believe that legalization will position the BVI to become part of a lucrative global medicinal cannabis industry, providing opportunities in business as well as research. And Kyla, this just seems to be the path taken by a number of countries as we continue to weigh in on the pros and cons of both legalizing as well as decriminalizing marijuana. I think with this topic, we're way behind everybody in the region, not just the United States Virgin Islands, but across the region. And in the Caribbean are capitalizing on the benefits as well as not only the medical benefits but the financial benefits of marijuana.
This industry,
and I think this is definitely an industry we need to explore.
Right, got it. The Department of Waste Management commenced a mass derelict cleanup campaign through the territory. Members of the public who owns or wish to dispose of a derelict vehicle is urged to reach out to the Department of Waste Management. The department will collect and dispose of the vehicle for no cost. Anyone interested can call 468-4934, and persons can also communicate the details by sending a WhatsApp message to 468-9030. The Department of Waste Management is also calling for trucking and wrecking companies to collect and transport derelict vehicles as part of the territory-wide cleanup campaign. Interested companies are asked to register by contacting the department at, once again, 468-9030. A compensation of $80 will be paid per vehicle that is delivered to the Parkwood Pond site. The Department of Waste Management has collected 12,000 tons of scrap metal. That is just way too much. And also 3,000 derelicts since 2017, and is continuing the collection process. The Ministry of Health and Social Development aspires to provide a caring and integrated system of health and social services that facilitates the recovery of human development and quality of life in the British Virgin Islands. The Minister of Health and Social Development expressed that after all cleanup efforts are completed, he is in hope that the Waste Management Act will be passed so that stiff penalties can be imposed on anyone who intends to break the law as it regards to the disposal of waste. For more information on how you can report or arrange for assistance in the removal process of derelict vehicles, we do urge you to reach out to the Department of Waste Management from Monday to Friday between the hours of 8:30 to 4:30. I think this is a great initiative. You can see how much metal scraps and derelict vehicles we have had around the area after the hurricane, and it's for absolutely no cost. So I really hope that people will take up this opportunity to clean up the BVI.
I definitely agree with you. Cleanup has definitely remained a main priority for this current government. They have said it from the beginning, and I think they're putting in the effort. And they're giving you every opportunity to do so as well. Like you said, rightfully, they're picking up for free. And even if, they're unable to do so, if you bring it to them, they're willing to pay you $80 for a vehicle. So
Right.
when it comes to derelicts in this territory, there should be no excuse. And it really ties into, we talk about the finance services industry as well as tourism, and not realize how the environment ties into
Agreed.
that picture. And so it really supports the overall picture that we're going for when we say we're going green, and when we also say that we want to create a more realistic and more beautiful outlook for the British Virgin Islands.
BVI, I definitely agree. Still ahead, Italy is putting in measures in place to ensure adults do not forget their children in the car. And a Massachusetts father is facing charges over his 5-year-old son who took heroin to school. Stay tuned for more details on these stories when 284 News returns.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages. Welcome back, viewers. This is 284 News. Now, across the world, a growing dilemma. Adults forgetting their children in the car, which we know can and have resulted in death. While officials in Italy are putting precautionary measures in place to stop it, government officials have now made it compulsory for child car seats to be equipped with alarm devices so that children are not forgotten by absent-minded adults. The special car seats will set off audio alarms and flashing lights if a child is left alone. The requirement applies to car seats for children under the age of 4, and the devices can be linked to the parent's mobile phone. The Transport Ministry law went into effect recently in a bid to prevent deaths like that of a toddler in Sicily 2 months ago. His father forgot to drop him off at the daycare, leaving him 5 hours in a hot car. Now, Kyla, this story, even though it's happening in Italy, is not very far-fetched. We can all recall a similar incident that occurred right here in 2018, where an 11-month-old baby was unfortunately forgotten in the backseat of a car. She would eventually perish as a result. And just recently, another toddler was left in a vehicle, but thankfully, Kyla, this time around, the child was rescued by civilians. Now, according to Kids in Car, an international organization that focuses attention in these tragedies, thousands of children die annually with a significant amount due to a heat stroke. It is said that a child's body heats up much faster than that of an adult, and their vital organs starts to shut down quicker. Now, added to the change brought about with this law, the government of Italy also pledged to assist civilians, members of that community, with $30 out of the €100 that will be needed to purchase the seat. And violators risk fines up to €326, and of course losing points on their driver's license. Talk about stomping down on something that's very important, and just really inspiring change,
And I think that it's good to see that everyone is taking responsibility. Yes, it is up to the parents to remember their child, but the government and also these agencies are taking responsibility and putting things in place to make sure that we don't see much more of this happening. So that's, yeah.
And when you look at the numbers, some might argue that it's not a significant number of children.
It's too much.
But
Is it over zero? It's too much.
One life is way too much, and that's what I was thinking about when I try to connect it to the statistics even here locally, and why we too should even consider the possibility of looking into things like these. It's not as far-fetched as we think.
Right. Reported by USA Today, a father in Massachusetts is facing criminal charges after his 5-year-old son allegedly brought heroin to school and said tasting it made him feel like Spider-Man, Javon. According to the reports, the 5-year-old boy took a bag of heroin to kindergarten on last Thursday and put some of the powder in his mouth. The boy told the teacher he got it from his living room. The local news reported and said eating the turns him into a superhero whose image was stamped onto the plastic bag. The boy was taken to the hospital and is okay, reported by the assistant district attorney, which said that in court after the police received permission from the boy's mother to search the family's apartment. They found 200 bags of drugs, including the Spider-Man decorated bag, similar to the one that the boy had in school. Authorities then handcuffed Benny Garcia, the father of the boy. Garcia, which is 29, pleaded not guilty to drug possession and distribution charges and a child endangerment charge on Friday. Social Services has removed the boy and an infant from the family. Garcia will be held without bail until a court hearing on Wednesday. He was previously charged with drug possession in 2018. This is a bizarre story, Javon.
Charged with possession in 2018, and now he's going to be charged now with endangering a child. I mean, this is serious for so many reasons. First of all, clearly, one, this child used the product before.
Yes.
Like a 5-year-old child explaining to a teacher that he feels
This is
like
how he
Superman.
feels.
He's not telling you, okay, this is what he would feel like. He said, listen,
This
I
is
did
what
it,
I felt
and
like.
this is what I felt like too. I mean, we've heard so many cases of situations like these, maybe not with a child, with adults overdosing and losing their life over substances like these. So this could have easily gone south.
Not with it. With even that, it's bad enough that the 5-year-old was exposed to this, but he carried it to school. So more children were put in danger because of this. Like, it's really bizarre.
It's bizarre. It's definitely something we don't expect to see on the news every day. But I guess I don't even know. Like, why would you even have your kid in that type of environment? You know, that's a bit ludicrous for me. And I think the mother too should should have some of that responsibility as well, because if she abides there, I mean, he's not only using the product, the father, he clearly is redistributing it. So this is a serious case, and I think as adults we need to be way more responsible, especially when we have children. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. But be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media, as well as 284 BVI, on Instagram as well as Twitter. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Kyla Kenesha Forbes. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news. Happy Monday, everybody, and have a good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.